And also, it is important for us to have an idea of what is physically, architectonically, the electronic space of them. I like very much, I think they were very clever saying, how can we figure out the space, the architecture of internet? What's about a web page? How is a web page? Has it an architecture, an own architecture? Can we visualize that? Say, how can we do that? And it was so nice to go to, to literature and say, yes, if we walk, think we are blind people. If we walk through space and we are touching everything, finally we discover it, we will have an idea of the space. So just moving ourselves, just extending our connections, we can have an idea of that. And that's what they did. They create a program which are runners, And these programs, the only thing they do is to move from one data item to another. So if you have a web page, and in the web page have links, because inside the web page you have information, and you are providing the link between that information and that information. What these programs do is to move around that, but this is interesting. It's like we put some paint in their feet. Okay, so you move, but please let us a trace. Okay, so they are tracers because they are leaving trace from their walking around that. And finally, we have this is a motion. You can see how it's functioning. Okay, so you put the the address, an email, web page address, and then these tracers programs are moving all around your information, but describing, the space of that. And it was very poetical, but very useful because, for example, with IP3, many programmers are, after finishing the design of a web page, are using the IP3, put it onto that and say, no, it's functions so slowly, I know why, because it's not harmonical. We must go to a harmonical idea. So we are going to change that and put that onto that, and then put IP3 walking again, and walk again and say, yes, now it's perfect, it's functioning. What it means that we have a kind of cathedral, electronic cathedral. Everything is so harmonical, we can talk about gestalt, in the traditional way of shaping. So this was very, very useful ideas. And artists are doing a lot of things with that, This is our artistic representation of a tracer inside a web page. This is interesting. Or another one, you can figure out in very different ways, but these are web pages. It is architecture inside the electronic space. So it's virtual spaces, but has a figure out. And for me, the most interesting thing is arriving to this point. The skittergraph. Skittergraph is an idea of the Cooperative Association of Internet Data Analysis. What you are seeing now is the only 12, 13 servers that are in the world. Now, moving data from one to each other. If we send an email, our information has to pass necessarily for one of those, which are, this is the cities, okay? Tokyo, Palo Alto, Eugene, Ottawa, Cambridge, London, okay? So these few servers control all the information that is moving all around the world in real time, day by day, second by second. This is incredible. I'm thinking on the cartographers in the 14th century when Spanish navigators discovered America, okay? And they, in the second travel, they put, cartographers inside the boat saying, please give us an idea of what we are navigating. Please figure out the shape of the new world we have discovered, because we must have a new vision of the new world we have now living. This is exactly the same. Just recently built this virtual world, which is parallel to our real world, which is internet. Programmers start becoming cartographers and start developing new cartographies of this whole world. This is very interesting because you are seeing all the cities that have servers, and this is the latitude. So this is a traditional map in any sense, but it's changing because it's organized in the way that if there are few information, the lines are blue, light blue, but it's becoming to red and yellow when there's a lot of information into that. And you can go inside that page, Okay, I'm not going to go inside now, but you can see this in motion. Because if you can take a picture of all the information is moving through the servers, each second is like the human layer project. You put all together and you can have a moving image of what the world is now. So you can see it. This is what's happening. Okay? Data is moving from one server to another. If the data is becoming more fluent, or there are a lot of more information, is going to the center point. If don't, it's going to the other point. So it is a kind of allegorical image, but by the other hand, this is so powerful for the people that that need to know how the information is moving. That's power nowadays. You know who used this? That's very interesting. The Seattle anti-globalization movement. Why they use it? Because they wanted to be sure that the policy, the policy of internet, controlled by governments, were not cutting off, the messages that they need to send all around the world. So they control the information and seeing if the information was appearing or not appearing, moving or putting onto a point, putting, just down to a rock, allegorically talking. Okay, so that was used by them, and later on was used by the people from Mexico. Chiapas. The Chiapas going against the government. They could do a lot of things because they put all information into that. So this is a very powerful new way of thinking about the world in the traditional way of cartography. What is very related with the Aleph, with Borges, and is this new literature. But also, this is the essential for having a powerful vision, because we are controlling what is moving now.